Bryce Ice Young did it yet again. That boy is cold down the stretch and in the clutch. This time taking down MVP frontrunner Matthew Stafford and helping the Panthers get a 31-28 win. That was huge. The question is, did Bryce Young win that game more than Matthew Stafford choked and folded it away? All right, so here we go. Fun fact, Chubba Hubbard has not scored a TD in November up to this point. Now, a lot of that is because Rico Dowdle took over the starting running back role, but still no touchdowns so far in November. Score and situation, the Rams are up 7-0 at this point. It is 3rd and 8, and there's 7 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first quarter. And honestly, at this point, because I want the Rams to lose so my Eagles have a shot, I'm a little concerned, and I like the Panthers, so I'm a little bit concerned about what I've seen with them quickly being down 7-0 at the start of this game. All right, so what you're going to see on this play is you're going to see the tight end come down and motion down here. Now, a lot of the times this is to help you kind of discern whether it's a man or a zone, but this time Dave Canales does something crazy. As you see on the play, they're actually going to throw this little swing route out here to Chubba. You actually see the Rams blitz up top, so this play call is perfect, and then everybody hat on a hat. It's actually a screen. This tight end's going to come down and block here. This is just an unbelievable call, and what it does is it leads to a great alleyway right here to call this on a 3rd and 8, which was really their first 3rd and long of the game, was huge. And I mean, my gosh, yeah, Chubba definitely took off. But then it's even better because, again, when you consider what was going on, he timed it up perfectly. You get this motion, you call a screen, and screens are best against blitzes. And if you look, the Rams definitely wanted to come in, send some pressure at Bryce early. But when you call this screen, you don't really give them the ability to do that. And then again, I mean, it just doesn't get any better of a call than this, really. Obviously, like we talk about these calls, it's great when it works, but just the ability there to get the seals on both sides and then allow Chubba to just take off. That is just that's an unbelievable call. Great job by Chubba. Great blocking on the outside. And, man, that dude Dave sometimes now I know Panthers fans have sometimes issues with him not letting Bryce throw the ball, but, man, he really be cooking out there, and that play call was just incredible. Way to tie the game up early and get right back into it. We got a little double fun fact for you. Fun fact, Stafford had entered this game with 2 interceptions on the year. However, he had already thrown one in the red zone so far in this game. Scoring situation, it's now tied up 7-7. Both teams, I believe, punted after that. 2nd and 10 and 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. And honestly, right now, I'm pretty chilling. You know, I'm expecting to watch MVP Stafford in play. And this Panthers defense hasn't been great this season. So, you know, expecting to see Stafford cook. All right, so what you're going to see in this situation is I believe this is Parkinson. He's going to come up. He's going to actually motion this way and run a little in. And Puka, it wants to run this little out route. However, when you keep your eyes on Mike Jackson, he is out here guarding the outside shoulder of this, and that creates a situation where Matthew Stafford probably shouldn't throw this football. But if he is going to throw it, as you see, because Jackson, you see, he's standing there. He's looking for that route. He's staying outside of him, right? He's not letting that happen. But if you're going to throw it, it cannot be inside shoulder. It's got to be out here to the pylon, or to the first down marker, whatever, to the sidelines. Instead, he throws it inside, and then Mike Jackson picking it. I mean, that's a great play to pick that off. A lot of great plays in this game. And then after that pick, it's time to go this way. I mean, just a huge play from Jackson. And then the ability, you see some great blocks up here, up top. And then just taking off, huge touchdown. The Panthers now take the lead 14-7. However, there was something that Watson's play a couple times. I do have to show you guys, you know, because it's about fairness. Now, if you look up here at the top, Kyron Williams is actually just wide open on a little flat route, right? Like, I understand you love throwing it to Puka, but keep your eyes on the top of the screen. I mean, there's nobody there. Now, he's already looking down here. He wants to throw it this way. But there is no one up here on the top of the screen. It's wide open, and when you've already thrown a pick, I mean, sometimes this is what happens, right? You throw a pick, and you're like, sorry, Mom. You're just like, fuck it. Like, go ahead. I want to throw more picks. I want to sling the ball now that I don't have to worry about not throwing picks. But, yeah, this not the decision with Kyren Williams wide open. And let's watch him again, man. I mean, Mike Jack, he earns it, man. You see this, boom, the pick. I mean, that's an amazing play on Puka. And then you just go down that way, baby. You just take off, great blocking, nobody there, out routes become touchdowns a lot. And obviously, my reaction on this play, we're Michael Jackson up, man. We're moonwalking because that was a huge play. Mike Jackson, much maligned from Panthers fans, basically for not being J.C. Horn. But that play right there changed the entire course of this game. What is up, Panthers fans, Rams fans, and fans of the NFL? Welcome to the New Sports Podcast. Please check it out and check out some of our other videos. Also, throw us a sub and a like. It just helps us grow the channel and continue to get you guys these videos. Now, back to the episode. Here we go. Heading into this game, Jalen Coker had 0 touchdowns on the season and only 2 in his NFL career. Scoring situation, the Rams have yet again taken the lead. They are up 21-17. This is a 4th and 3 with 8 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now, normally I don't agree with going for it, but because it was starting to rain, their kicker's been up and down. It's a 52-yard kick, and you're on 4th and 3. I actually agree with this decision to go for it in the moment. So on this play, yet again, the Rams think they have something with Bryce Young and trying to blitz him. They put everyone in the box. Now, you see the Panthers' response to that, letting Chubba kind of do that step-up thing. You'll see that in front of the quarterback to try to get the block. But what this does is it creates one-on-ones across the field, and where Bryce is going to look is up here to Coker, one-on-one with Emmanuel Forbes. And this play right here, I mean, this is just an incredible play, honestly, from Bryce. Boom, quick throw. And, I mean, just like throwing that on time, on target. You see this safety. He's still all the way over here. And just getting Coker the opportunity to just go up, make a play. Boom. I mean, that's just a perfect throw. That is an absolute dime of a throw on 4th and 3. We cannot forget, this is a 4th and 3 right here. And let's just, I mean, look at, man, dude, the ball is already out of his hands. Like, you look at it, it's already in midair as Coker just gets a step. And that's just incredible stuff, man. On the money, on time, on target, to score a touchdown, to retake the lead on 4th down. That's why we call him Bryce Ice Young. And, man, now the Panthers regain the lead and momentum at home to go up 24-21. And, yeah, that play was tough. After this game, Bryce Young now has 11 game-winning drives, making him the youngest player in NFL history to reach that accomplishment. Scoring situation, the Rams are back up yet again, 28-24. This is a 4th and 2 with 6:34 remaining. And this game, honestly, game of the day on Sunday. I'm on the edge of my seat. I am just focused on what's happening because this has just been an incredible game, start to finish. So one of the most interesting things about this 4th and 2 is that they actually come out under center, Chubba in the backfield, and with how much they've been running the ball, the Rams kind of have no choice but to semi-respect this, even though a 4th and 2 run would be kind of insane. Now, they don't respect it too much, and I actually think because of where they are, remembering that this is your first down marker, right, on 4th and 2, these guys do a good job to me defensively staying around, right? Like when you look at where they are, I mean, all of these guys, they're not really caught here necessarily, but you're just trying to step up on this, stop that little pass, make a play. And what happens is this safety actually gets caught over here. And we'll look to the back end. What the Panthers are going to do is they run a little like cross action. And this guy, he just jumps around. And this guy, I think that's Coker. He was open. That's a good jumping of a play. I mean, really good defense. And when you look, I mean, this is what makes this crazy. We'll show this to you guys again. But Bryce Young has already released the ball. There he goes. The ball's in the air. Tet is right down here on the bottom of your screen. And he's not open yet, right? But the pass is going to lead him up here. And that just gives him the opportunity to go win. I mean, that's just crazy. That's an insane throw to lead Tet open on that 4th and 2 and hit that pass. And as we look at it again, man, I mean, this is just higher level because what they're doing, like we said, they're just running a double cross, right? So you got one over here, one over here. You're looking kind of for a pick situation, but that safety manages to jump down there, and he kind of takes away the little opening from the pick. And so now Bryce on 4th and 2, again, the football is already out of his hands. You see him in the throwing motion, and he just leads this pass up the field. It doesn't really get any better than that throw from Bryce Young. That's insane. And for them to do that, to yet again, like, take the lead in this situation, to go up now 31-28 and end up winning this game. Unbelievable play from Bryce. Ice Young. And you just got to be amazed by what he just did. Sidebar, Bryce Young was amazing in this game. I heard a lot of people in the national media, even in some of my group chats, saying that the Panthers maybe should move off of Bryce Young. There's no way in the world they should do that right now. And the reason is they've actually stabilized this organization. Him and Dave Canales, owner that we said was a mess in Dave Tepper. And they've now, it's taken a couple of years, but Bryce now, I mean, they're still up and down. We don't know how consistent they are, but they are in the NFC South race. Bryce Young in this game, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 huge touchdown passes coming on 4th down where he had to make perfect passes, and he did. His clutch game ability. They've now beaten the Rams, the Packers, and I mean, I don't know if they're great, but the Cowboys so far this season. Like, Bryce deserves a lot of credit for that. And obviously the running game is great. Dowdle, Chubba, all that. I think Dave is really good. But they're building a foundation here, and Bryce needs to be a part of it for at least the next year, if not far more going forward. Don't know if he's quite a franchise quarterback, but he's got to be their quarterback for the next year or two based off of what he's been doing this year and what he's had to battle through to get to this point of being a really, really good quarterback. Couple fun facts. Matthew Stafford entered the week leading MVP odds, and the Rams entered this week number 1 in the NFC. Both no longer the case, with Drake May leading MVP odds and the Bears taking the NFC ownership. Score and situation, the Panthers were up 31-28 at this point, but they're driving down the field, the Rams are. It's a 3rd and 10, and there's 2 minutes, 34 seconds left on the clock. Best game, you could argue, of the weekend, including Thanksgiving, but definitely on Sunday. I mean, Broncos, Commanders up there. And I'm locked in. I'm focused, and I am waiting to see what happens next. So what you're going to see here on this 3rd and 10 is they run a bunch of comeback routes. That guy and this guy, this is what I want you to look at. Now, it is 3rd and 10. You're trying to make a big play happen, trying to get a first down by 3 points. Both those guys open, especially if you look up on the top. This out route, now I don't know if it's getting a first down. He didn't get the depth, so he's not at the marker, but it was open. However, Stafford, he's running around trying to make something happen. He fumbles the football. We're going to go over how that happened, but a huge fumble. The Panthers recover, take it down the field, and they go on to win the game. And when you look at this, this is what's happening here. Basically what you're going to get is you get Derek Brown, and this is a bunch of stunts, right? So first off, he's lined up on left guard, but you get stunt. And Derek Brown actually comes all the way around number 95 and is able to force this play to happen. if you're Stafford, you're not the fastest guy. You just can't do what he's trying to do here. He sees it. He's trying to run outside the pocket. He's trying to go out. He's trying to make a play. However, Derek Brown caught him, stripped him, and then you get the huge recovery. And low key, by the way, huge part of this play is 98 right here, going out here and not fumbling the football. As you see, he gets tracked down from behind. They go for the strip, boom, but he doesn't fumble it, hangs on to it. Huge play from Derek Brown. We'll show that to you guys one more time because that really, I mean, that pretty much sealed the game. What Derek Brown is able to do right here, looping all the way around the world to come over there, make that play, and yeah, and just forcing that fumble, which led to a big dub for the Panthers in a game that they needed to win. A lot of people didn't think they were going to win. I did think 10-point spread for the Rams on the road at 1 o'clock, kind of crazy. I actually pointed out to our group chat. But big win for the Panthers and a tough loss for the Rams in this one. So when we look at both these teams, remembering this is your line of demarcation for wild card teams to get into the playoffs. However, for the Panthers, here is their chance. They actually have the opportunity in the NFC West to go up here. Same amount of wins right now as the Buccaneers. And they get a chance to actually play them twice. So we'll go over the schedule, but they do have a shot to win the division. As we mentioned, for the Rams, they fall back. They were here. Now the Bears take advantage. They're the 1 seed. And for the Rams, they still have to obviously worry about these teams. Seattle right here in their division. They're back to 9-3, and they play each other later in the season. And the 49ers at 9-4, who I think they've already played twice, and they split. So for the Rams, now a lot to worry about as they just try to remain with that home field advantage. And yeah, as we look at the Rams, I mean, you do get the Cardinals right here. It is a divisional game, though, but everyone's been smoking the Cardinals recently, except for Tampa Bay, which who knows what's up with them. And then they play the Lions and Seattle. These are going to be the 2 games for me that are going to be tough because I think they're going to absolutely smoke Atlanta. And probably, I mean, they really should beat the Cardinals at home with everything on the line. But these are the 2 games that are going to be huge for the Rams. If they go out and handle the Cardinals this week, that Seattle game, that's up for the division. And the Lions are just a good opponent, I still believe. So we'll see what they can do in those 2 games as they try to remain home field advantage and try to get that 1 seed back. And as we look at the Panthers schedule, this is huge. You get a bye week right here. You'll love to see that. Then the Saints. I mean, they did just lose to the Saints, but they got to go out. They got to win this game. That's going to be on the road. That's a tough one just because it's a divisional game. Then you get the Bucs twice in Seattle right here. So tough schedule down the stretch, but it is just going to come down to these 2 Buccaneers games. And, I mean, this is one of the most interesting teams in the league right now. And I'm going to be intrigued for sure to see what happens with the Bucs, but also with the Saints. Like, can they bounce back and just beat that team and get themselves smack dab in the NFC South playoff race? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. Shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.